Good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining us. Welcome to Team Fortress TV. I'm the BILLDOZER, and joining me tonight is Aquila.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Tonight, you're going to be viewing the Froyo versus Ascent match, a tale as old as time, a rivalry, El Clasico that can challenge the old school classic mix-up versus Banny teams. What do you think is going to happen tonight, Aquila?
I believe we're definitely in for a game. You know, we got the two Titans, we got Ascent and froyotech, teams going way back. I guess you can consider it a classic rivalry. But, not too much on the line tonight aside from bragging rights. Both these teams already a confirmed spot in the playoffs. However, it should be pretty exciting nonetheless.
Bragging rights indeed. One of the most important things in this humble game of ours. Let's run down the rosters real quick. What do you have going on froyotech?
Over on the side of froyotech, I believe our viewers already kind of know their roster, but we got Banny, Eric, Blaze, Yomps, Habib, and Nursey on the side of froyotech. And I don't believe we will have time to say much more because our match is going live. You want to run down Ascent really quick, BILLDOZER?
Yeah, we got Slemnish and Yite. On Scout, Yite was playing Demo Man before. He's now switched over to that Scout role. Bot mode is on Demo Man. Laz and Jaehyun on the Soldier. And then we've got Skis on the Medic, as this is going to go live now.
Yeah, right away. I'm going to be watching Habib on this first rollout. Arguably one of the best demo men in the world at the moment. However, bot mode, first one to touch down on mid, taking some ground for his team, trying to just exchanging some spam. froyotech sitting pretty on this slope while Ascent kind of finds their bearings around this train. We have a bomb coming in from Jay, getting a pick onto Banny. That is the main call down for froyotech, and we have Laz going for a huge air shot onto Nursey, however cannot connect the second one, but Jay managing to clean up off of that. That is going to be the medic down for froyotech in the first mid-fight going in favor of Ascent. We have Habib and Blaze the only ones left alive. Blaze kind of just in the back line, seeing if he can draw some eyes back, but he's sitting pretty low on health, and we're going to see a push out of Ascent off of that.
Yeah, you saw some real good aggression out of Jay as he was able to jump up onto those boxes, getting an early pick onto Banny, who again is their shot caller, and he's the real brains behind this team. And you saw the aggression continue as he was able to take out Nursey, and that was just able to seal the win.
Yeah, you're right, but however, it looks like Blaze being able to leave through this valley, sitting on 1 health. He's going to get a couple rockets off on his skis, but it's not going to work out. Banny going down as well in the process to Laz. That is 2 players down on the side of froyotech with a full Uber advantage in favor of Ascent. Froyo is kind of running back with their tail between their legs here.
Yeah, and I'm loving this aggression that we're seeing out of Ascent. They're playing forward on those battlements, and it's kind of catching out froyotech before they can get a position that they're happy with. As they're pushing in right now, taking in the Uber on bot mode as he's trapping off those doors. We're going to see some time on point. Are they able to defend it? And it doesn't look like they're going to be able to. Pyro's coming out. Things seem to be evening out a bit as the fight's going to stop.
Nursey getting the Uber just in time to keep Banny and Habib alive. That was Ascent's push for the longest time, but it looks like in the end, froyotech just being able to barely hold. Banny going down a little bit with some extension, but he's going to get picked off. I think Ascent was going to try to re-push there, but with the spawns coming in for froyotech, they're not going to take the gamble.
Yeah, and things are just going to even out a little bit as they're trading some spam. Laz getting very low as he's trying to contest Blaze on this side route here.
Yeah, it looks like froyotech trying to push out a little bit, try to get some ground here. Actually, no, they're opting to back up, but for a little bit, I was going to say we have a full Uber on the side of Ascent. froyotech still building, but they're getting very close. If Ascent times this right, they send the scout in onto the pyro. It looks like Eric is going to go down on the ground. Bot mode getting flashed as well. However, the first one to go down in the fight is Blaze to the scouts from Ascent. Yite going down as well. That is 2 players down on the side of Ascent. The Uber just now coming in from froyotech Nursey, but she's going to hang on to that. Ascent kind of forced to back up here with a full Uber advantage in favor of froyotech. That is going to trigger a push from them.
Yeah, you saw Ascent dedicating a lot of resources to the medic, and more specifically Eric on Pyro on the left side, and you didn't really see them doing anything to contest the Habib. And we saw a great bomb out of Laz, catching out Blaze as he tries to leave the lower entrance. As I was saying, Habib was on the right side entirely uncontested, and that meant that they weren't really able to pressure the point the way that they wanted to.
Yeah, definitely. That was a beautiful bomb. I want to call that one out, by the way, from Laz. Going skybox high We had Blaze kind of peeking out this trash side, seeing if he can make any space for his team, but Laz, completely undetected, managed to get a pick onto him, and that was going to stunt the push from froyotech. And Ascent is able to take lobby once again off of that. Baney's got the sentry gun up. It looks like this Uber is going to be a defensive hold on the side of froyotech.
Yeah, we've got even Ubers looking to see what these two soldiers are doing on the lower right side. It looks like they're just trying to pressure that demo man early, but he is not over there. And they're trying to get these early picks. They do catch out Blaze as Jay goes down, Laz goes down. That's both soldiers down for Ascent. And we're going to see a bit of pressure coming forward from Eric as bot mode tries to get a little more pressure on this combo here.
Yomps kind of snuck in through that right side. He manages to get the pick onto bot mode, and he's not done. He's jumping onto this battlements, putting out some spam rockets, trying to push Ascent back a little bit, getting some ground for his team. There are going to be no Ubers popped here unless Ascent decides to stay in, and they do actually. Ski's getting forced first. It's going to be kind of a better Uber for froyotech, excuse me. But we have Yite kind of dancing around the spire. Nursey forced to retreat into that back spawn. And these froyotech players are just kind of straggling here. They might get caught by the rest of Ascent. We're all committed. They're still in. Yomp's going to go down on the spire shortly. And the rest of froyotech just sitting pretty in the lobby with Ascent managing to stay alive. Just going to recap this spire.
Yeah, you saw the Ubers get traded out nearly identically, but once they faded, Nursey had to back up since they were on that lower ground, whereas Skis was able to back up into this choke, and that gave him a lot more protection, and it let Ascent just push back forward onto the spire and retake it without the heal support for froyotech.
Yeah, and Ubers now basically completely even. Both scouts on the sides of each team just building, trying to keep this even while they can. Looks like we're setting up for a hold. Eric is on the pyro, seeing if he can deny the Ascent push with that little right click of his, spamming some detonators. And it looks like Ascent just trying to catch any players here. Laz peeking this bottom right side, throwing a couple spam rockets, but not going to catch anything. It looks like we're just waiting on a push from Ascent, or a sack. And it is going to be Slemnish. He is in, but Blaze managing to clean him up, doing a good job of watching that flank.
Oh, a Slemnish sack. I think I can imagine what that means is coming up.
I imagine he would. However, bot mode, the demo man goes down, and that is going to be the Ubers exchange on the side of Ascent. It is a solo onto Jay, seeing if they can kill Habib, and he actually does manage to go down. And froyotech Uber coming out, leading on to Banny, seeing if they can salvage anything. We have a soldier. It is Laz in on the last point. Another one, Jay, trying to get some time onto this point. Nursey going down in the process, and Ski's getting an arrow onto Eric. Ascent is kind of winning this just with these little scrappy fights. However, bot mode is going to go down. Banny trying to chase some frags. Blaze dropping down into the lobby area, getting a salvage pick onto Skis. That is going to be both medics down on both teams. froyotech pushing out, getting some time on this spire now. Looks like, however, froyotech is going to be spawning with a little bit of an advantage.
Yeah, you saw a beautiful flank out of Blaze there as he was stepping forward and catching Skis on his way out. What kind of went wrong in that fight is that Laz went in and he got some great damage out, but they didn't really have any sort of positional advantage. And it just meant that when the scouts spawned and came down, they were able to really clean up what was left over, those Ubers on Ascent.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you see, just a couple seconds ago, we had some huge aggression coming out of the Ascent soldiers, just making so much space for their team. However, it is not going to work out in the end. Froyo, Banny taking a little fight against Yite. However, Yite's going to come out on top of that, kind of put some time on the midpoint there. And we're going to see a reset with Ascent sitting on Spire now.
Yeah, and I am loving this aggression out of Ascent. You know, they're really pushing forward everything they have. That means that, you know, they haven't been winning these last pushes, but if they just keep pushing forward and they keep doing this damage, it means that froyotech isn't always in a position to try and push out.
Yeah, definitely. Ascent, Laz getting caught by a sticky trap there, which is gonna stunt any push. However, we have Yomps going in for the counter sack. Nothing gonna happen really there. He's gonna get picked up by Yite. And it looks like Ascent taking an Uber into lobby. froyotech was kind of forward holding there. It is a solo onto Slemner, seeing if he can get a force onto Nursey. Blaze going down in the process. There's a sentry gun up on last. It looks like Ascent is not going to be able to take this now. Yite might get caught here. No, he manages to live. However, two players are down on the side of Ascent. Slemner seeing what he can get, but it's not going to really work out. You know, the rest of froyotech playing around each other, playing very tight, and nobody's going to go down there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's really an Uber that they meant to push with. And you're going to see Nursey with a 50% ad or so. And this is going to be finally their opening to try and get into this midpoint.
Yeah, froyotech's been playing more on the defensive side this entire match so far, which is kind of surprising. I expected to see some froyotech dominance coming out of them. However, Ascent is going to be able to leave clean as the Uber comes into mid. Bot mode actually getting juggled by a bomb from a soldier from froyotech. I didn't see who it was, but it looks like Ascent is going to try to stop this, even with the demo man down. Blaze is going to go down in the backline. Two players from froyotech are all the way on Ascent's second point with Eric and Yomps. However, a fight is going on the train. Laz and Benny are trading. Slemnish going for the chase. No, he's going to opt to back up and play around skis. And that is only Habib and Nursey left alive on the side of froyotech. Nursey's just going to want to have to live here and back up to this last point as Ascent hangs on to this full Uber.
Yeah, the fight was looking pretty even there. You saw both teams taking their positions on boxes, and then Laz walked through that small house, and he just found himself on top of Banny and Nursey. And it just let him, not so much get damage, but he was able to put a lot of pressure onto those two players, and it was able to give them the advantage in that fight that they needed.
Yeah, I don't think froyotech meant to get so split there. Ascent kind of just split them down the middle, sent two players way behind while the rest of the combo just cleaned up froyotech in that choke point. It's so easy to do so much damage there, just a thin corridor. And with that, Ascent was able to take this lobby area from froyotech, and it looks like they're setting up for another hold. Slemnish, I think, was sacking there. I think, as you were saying, he might be spawning on the sniper class.
Yeah, I'd like to see something like that, but with this Banny sentry position so far back, they can really just do whatever they want, sit and spawn and wait it out, because the onus is on Ascent here with the score tied at 0.
Yeah, I'd like to see what Slemnish can do. He is spawning on that sniper. Coming down, let's see if he can get a quick peek off this main area. Yomps actually going down, which is fantastic for Ascent. Slemnish managing to connect a fully charged body shot onto Eric. He's sitting very low. Oh, Ascent, Yite goes down, however. That is going to put a 5v5 scenario. Slemnish still on that sniper, and another soldier, Jay, is going to go down. However, froyotech's Blaze and Yomps are down as well, with Yomps just now spawning. It looks like this could go either way right now. Either Slemnish is going to open up with the shot, or froyotech is going to get a quick pick.
Yeah, Slemnish is trying to play this slow roll sniper game, but it seemed like the rest of his team wasn't particularly ready for that, as people were aggressing a little too far forward, and they got caught out and punished accordingly for it. And, Slemnish is just trying to take his time and find someone who's peeking, but his team's not letting him.
Yeah, I think Yom saw the opportunity and tried to bomb into the lobby. Managed to get one rocket off, but he was not able to connect a second. And Blaze is going to go down as well, I think to just some spam. I don't really know what happened with him there.
Yeah, so we're just going to look for Slemnish right now, trying to get that cheeky peek in towards the left spawn, while things just even out for a little bit.
Trying to kneecap Nursey with that sniper rifle right there, so you can get a shot onto the legs, but froyotech doing a great job of spamming him out, making sure he can't get an angle, because they cannot drop an Uber in this scenario.
Yeah, it's kind of on Blaze to cover those angles and make sure that Slemnish can't get too cocky, but, he also puts himself at risk. Similar to that.
Yeah, speaking of Blaze, Jay kind of just getting in through the flank there, managing to get a quick pick on him. Look at Laz. Look at Laz right now. Just kind of sitting on Laz, creating so much of a distraction. Oh no. Bot mode's going to go down. The Ubers are exchanged. Nursey's the first one to end. Jay's going to get a pick onto her. That is fantastic for Ascent if they can manage to keep Skis alive. However, Yomps has blood in his eyes. He's going for Jay, but not able to connect the second rocket. That is going to be the scouts, however, coming out of froyotech, taking a fight against Yite on the bridges. Eric, he's dancing around very low on health. He's going to get picked up by a body shot from Slemnish, and Banny forced to leave back into this second back spawn here. But it looks like froyotech is going to be able to forward hold now with the rest of Ascent spammed out. Actually, no, they're going to default. We're going to try to play this smart and play on last.
We do have Banny on sniper, just as a heads up. He's taking that angle, seeing if any... I think he's trying to get Slemnish on his way out, but Slemnish is still quite a ways away.
Yeah, just kind of exchanging shots. It's a sniper v sniper scenario right now. Skis just now getting his Uber with Nursey sitting at 50%. They're going to take this in immediately. Throwing out some spam, going to pick up this gun very early on, I believe. Yite is actually going to go down, however, and the sentry gun is still up, only level 1. No, they're gonna get off that, and that is going to be a push, I think, coming out of froyotech, as Ascent was not able to get any footing there in that last
Yeah, that was a very sad push, but that's just what you got to face sometimes when you're trying to push into a Pyro on Badlands last. And it looks like Froyo's trying to figure out where they want to push this now. We're going to see him coming out of left bats, Banny coming with Nursey. And you're seeing a lot of spam come out of both soldiers, but they're pushing through it, and they manage to get the pick up onto Laz. As the combo backs out, you're going to see Banny trying to find a target, having a little bit of trouble, and eventually they're just going to mellow out and focus on capping Spire before they get a bit ahead of themselves.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ascent soldiers were playing very, very close to that battlements area, especially with froyotech having such a sizable Uber advantage, and it looks like Banny recognizing that kind of caught them with both the soldiers down on the Ascent side. However, the Uber is now in favor of Ascent, and we're going to see a push through this choke. Slem's just still on that sniper. He's just going to be making some space for his team. Skis has not popped yet. Yomps is going to go down. However, Ascent is going to drop 2 players in the process. The force is going to come out from Habib. It's just scrappy fights all over the place. And Banny and Nursey both kind of just dancing around on this Spire area. Blaze making so much space in the back lines. Laz is going to go down, with bot mode being the only one left alive in that second area.
Yeah, that was a little bit awkward out of Ascent. Skis decided to pop his Uber, and from that point, you saw multiple players not sure which side of Spire they wanted to engage from, and it meant that they got really split up while you saw Blaze in the back distracting the rest of the combo. And even though Nursey spent a lot of that time not healing, you're going to see them walking in with a strong advantage both in heals and in Uber.
Yeah, unfortunately, Skis going down kind of late in that fight is going to mean a very, very, very sizable Uber advantage for froyotech, and if they play this quick enough, they will be able to take this second and roll right into last. Nursey climbing up the Spire, going to jump on bats. Habib already making some space for his team. Ascent is only at 50% right now. If froyotech plays their cards right, this might be the round for them.
Yeah, and this is just what you've been seeing for some 10 or 11 seasons of the froyotech machine. They take their time, they slow it down, play at their pace, and then once things get turned around, they come in with heavy scout play, as you're seeing here, and you know the round gets turned over to them. They know what they're doing. They've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, and with that, froyotech gonna come out on top in that first round. Very, very contested, however. Ascent keeping froyotech on their last for a very long time, but however they just weren't able to convert any of those pushes, and froyotech just being patient, playing the waiting game, managed to catch Ascent on a couple mistakes and win that round.
Yeah, so I'm gonna look at these scouts coming in here. You're seeing some aggression. Banny walking straight into the combo, getting a lot of damage onto Laz, pushing out the medic, while Habib is just stuck down below, not getting the damage out that he needs. And you're going to see a lot of high ground pressure coming out of Ascent, and it's going to be able to push out the remaining players of froyotech.
Yeah, that's going to be the second mid-fight of the match in favor of Ascent there. Habib is going to get caught. Unfortunate. He's trying to place some traps. No, froyotech is going to come in and try to save him, but Nursey going to go down to a bomb from Laz. Laz is also going to get Banny.
Wow.
Oh, this is so good.
Skis hit an arrow from choke onto Habib on Spire, and that's actually what forced him off. I was actually able to push him out. They got him picked off by the Ascent soldiers.
Yeah, just unfortunate positioning, unfortunate timing is going to cost froyotech their demo man and their medic, which is not good coming into a last fight especially. And yeah, that is going to spell disaster for them, with Ascent taking a round in under 5 minutes. A quick turnaround for them. That's great news.
Yeah, that's something that you notice when you're at this, this extreme high level of play, is that these tiny mistakes or these tiny triumphs can be what changes around. If Skis hadn't have hit that arrow, Habib could have set his traps and backed off without issue, but him being at 100 health meant that he couldn't really do that. So we're seeing a high bomb coming out of froyotech. Skis is looking like he's going to go down immediately, putting some great pressure onto the Ascent combo, backing off, and we're seeing some other fighting going on the boxes. I was focusing on that. What do you see going on, Aquila?
I'm seeing all of Ascent dead. It looks like froyotech went back to the playbook and figured out what was going wrong on mids. Nursey did go down, however, she is going to spawn at the same exact time as Skis, so that's going to not be too big of a deal. They're going to be able to get the mid-fight, or they're going to get the mid-fight win, and they're going to be able to get the second point off of that. So I believe it is froyotech coming out on top of that whole exchange.
Wow, you just saw Yomps running straight past Jay, or running straight past Laz, who was pushing out onto Bats, and he immediately found himself on top of Skis, able to get a lot of damage onto him, and then Jay went down on the flank as well.
Yep, and with that, we have froyotech pushing into this lobby area. Ascent setting up for the hold. Ubers are very even right now. However, we have a sentry gun up from Yites. It looks like Ascent's setting up to hold here. Just playing in this lobby area, seeing what they can get. Habib working the space, placing some forward sticky traps, seeing if they can catch anybody. I believe we're going to be seeing a sack very shortly. Yomp's actually managing to spam out that sentry gun, so that is going to open up some space for any soldier to get through a flank here for an attempt at a force or an attempt at a pick.
Yeah, we're just seeing things even out a little bit. Both teams sitting pretty, and you're seeing a similar situation what we had going on last round. It's hard to push Badlands. Once you get in, it's not so hard, but it's hard to safely get in. What was that? Thrown into the sky. Eric getting a little bit of damage on the point, ultimately forcing a couple players down onto the ground, which is enough that they could try and play off of this. But you're not going to see that happen. Actually, seen a little bit of aggression out of Banny, a little bit of aggression out of Habib. They're trying to make their names known in this game. In this match specifically, they're already pretty well known.
Eric trying to be a little bit of a sneaky snake there, trying to see if he can sneak in on that right flank, try to put some time on, seeing if he can draw any players from Ascent to that point, but it's not going to work out. He's going to go down, and we're going to see some aggression out of froyotech. It is Habib. He's going to get picked off by a rocket from Jay. A demo man down for froyotech is not good news, because froyotech traditionally plays around their demo man with their scouts, so that is going to stomp any chance of them pushing into this last, I believe, until Habib is alive.
Yeah, and a demo man on any last point, particularly Badlands, is a big problem, because getting those stickies down to the point, keeping players from contesting it is huge. But, okay, Slemnish going now. So, as I was about to say, that's the trap of Badlands. You can't push out easily, because you see stuff like this happen. People get caught out, the doorways are small, you can't see where you're going, and we're back to where we were a second ago. Sorry about that, Aquila. What were you trying to say?
I was just making a little comment on Slemnish being in the house area, but I think he got spotted out by Banny and Eric. Look at Eric. Speaking of Eric, just kind of dancing around this entire game on this point. And he's going to force the Uber out, actually, from Ascent. That's going to be the Uber out first, and this is going to be so much better for froyotech if they manage to play around their demo man here. He's just trapping off the point. That is going to be the round in favor of froyotech. I think I got to give credit to Eric for winning that for them.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was talking about. If you can get someone to draw players onto the point, then the amount of spam that you can put into that tight and closed area just makes it a wood chipper that players walk into and they just get mulched. So what are you seeing on this mid fight?
He was able to open up so much space, but what I'm seeing is Eric playing around on this bridge area. We have Ascent opting to take froyotech's side here. Yomps is going down. It looks like Blaze, however, delaying a little bit for a bomb here. Sitting on this train, he's going to get a clean rocket onto Skis, but Skis going to manage to surf. But is he going to crater? He is. Unfortunate. Skis going down. The only only player down on the side of Ascent. However, Nursey sitting at full Uber advantage. froyotech, when they get their players together, they will be able to push back into this mid.
Yeah, like you said, you saw froyotech trying to go the Ascent small house side, but you saw Ascent scouts just shutting the soldiers down so hard that they weren't able to get up onto that bridge. And ultimately, it meant that they didn't have the positioning that they needed, and Ascent holding the high ground meant that they couldn't really make any more progress than that.
Yeah, I think we had Blaze going for a little salvage bomb, delaying in that choke there. But I'm gonna cut to the chase. We have Habib getting a pick onto Skis. froyotech's Uber is gonna come out onto the middle point. Skis is going down, which is fantastic news for froyotech. However, they're gonna have to build this ad back up again. That is going to be a point take in favor of froyotech. Ascent with their tails between their legs once again, just backing up into this lobby area.
Yeah, and you're going to see a good 25-30% ad for froyotech, which, you know, if they're super aggressive about it, I guess you could push off of, but it's not really enough to be worthwhile on a last point like Badlands.
I believe they are. I think that is the intent, however, because froyotech getting very aggressive in this lobby already. Habib kind of just locking out the Ascent, making sure nobody overextends as froyotech works their ad into this lobby area. They're all getting buffed up. They're ready to push in. They don't want to waste any time.
All right, well, we've got the sentry gun and the pyro up on Ascent side. We'll see if they want to take this in. It looks like they might not be intending to. Oh, we're seeing double scout. Double scout froyotech Uber. Let's see. We've got both of them coming in, shooting at the sentry gun, causing them a lot of trouble. As we actually saw the engineer swap off, and we've got the soldier coming back in, getting a lot of pressure off onto the point in terms of spam, not so much in terms of people, as Blaze and Eric and Yomps go down. Return on Slemnish, however, we're able to see Habib go down, and that's probably going to lock down the rest of this fight for Ascent.
Skis does not want to pop the super. I was sitting there, Skis was milking that the entire time, and once again, I think froyotech tried to repeat their strat there with Eric getting up into that tube area, but it looks like Slemnish learned to not let that happen this time, and he got to pick onto Eric, and that was able to shift the tide of that push. You know, froyotech not being able to take that off the ad, and that's going to put the Uber in favor of Skis completely hanging on to that, and it's going to be a push through house, BILLDOZER.
Med survivability is a skill. It's an important skill, and as you saw here, it's giving Skis at least midpoint for free, as they're going to just spam out this choke and keep froyotech from trying to get in if they can help it. Habib taking a lot of damage, being forced out, as, yeah, the point's going to get capped. We're going to see him moving forward. Does froyotech want to hold forward, or they're going straight house? Are they trying to pick off Laz? Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Why don't you take away what we've got, Aquila?
What I saw was Habib trying to bomb through choke, Yomps, Yite, and Slemnish going down in the back line. Ascent was just playing very scattered there, I think. 3 players down on the side of Ascent is going to be a midpoint taken from froyotech. We have a duel going on between Laz and Yomps, which Laz is going to come out on top of. But I believe earlier, before froyotech took that fight on middle, we saw Habib trying to go for a bomb, but he got shut down immediately by the scouts of Ascent. But anyway, froyotech gathering all their players together, playing very close around Nursey. It looks like the soldier Jay was not able to get in for that force. And Nursey taking this on to Banny. Bot mode is going to go down in the backline. A clean bomb from Jay is not going to be able to find its target, however. He's going to get flashed out. And Slemnish going for the fight onto Banny. But it looks like Ascent is overstaying their welcome a little bit here as the collapse comes in from froyotech. Yomps going in for a bomb, however, not able to get the pick. Ascent is lingering here on this Spire, doing so much damage, playing their focus calls. Banny's going down, and Blaze as well. Nursey hightailing it out, but she is going to get caught. Habib, the only one left alive on that team, with Ascent completely coming out on top of that there. Actually, Eric working that backline, getting a pick onto Yite, but bot mode manages to clean him up.
Alright, well, I don't need to say how good Slemnish is, but I'm going to do it anyway. You saw positioning get really awkward in that push-in, as neither team really had a good spot to stand. So when the Ubers got traded, you saw both of it happening in trash. But Slemnish was kind of standing around in the back, drawing a bit of attention away, and some great movement from him was able to waste a bit more of the Uber, as Banny could not hit a shot onto him. And then you saw him kill another 2 or 3 guys afterwards.
Yeah, I think Ascent was just able to... They took that from a terrible scenario being caught in that trash area to a fantastic scenario, and the Uber is going to come out from Ascent, as I say, with a solo onto Slemnish, but it's going to get shut down by the Pyro Eric and a level 2 sentry gun from Banny. It is really unfortunate for them. I think they should have probably just played their cards there and waited a little bit.
Yeah, froyotech has been really consistent with this last hold, having the Pyro, having the Engineer, and I think they did get a little bit ahead of themselves. They had a much bigger Uber advantage than maybe they thought they did. I'm not going to pretend I know what Skis is thinking, but if they had taken a second and tried to scout out what was happening a little better, instead of just rushing main with one scout, they probably could have found a little more success there.
Yeah, I completely agree. And because of that, now we see froyotech Nursey sitting on this 100% Uber. However, it looks like froyotech is gearing up to use this passively, as I'm not seeing any signs of them pushing out. Banny still has the level 3 sentry gun up.
Telling you, man, it's the Badlands trap. You can't just go pushing out willy-nilly.
Yeah, it's really an unfortunate scenario. I mean, they nerfed the cap point, but it's still just it's just hell to push out of and push into. And anyway, we have this stalemate once again. Both soldiers just spamming this choke point here, seeing if they can juggle anybody. Nursey playing her positioning very carefully on those staircases, does not want to get forced or let anything in through the flank. We see a sack from Yite, I believe, onto the Pyro, but it's not going to work out. Yomps is going to clean him up. and that is going to trigger a counter, I believe, from froyotech. We're going to see somebody getting in very shortly, maybe Blaze.
I think it's worth saying that Banny's got a sentry gun in a different spot on last this time, and it's a spot that's a lot easier to spam out. I think this might be a folly on his part, as you don't have the support from your combo over on the left side that's able to keep people from looking at your sentry, and you might see them be able to take it down a little easier.
Yeah, I believe what he's going for is to try to lock out that left flank, or lock out those staircases at least. But you're right when you say it opens up to a lot more spam. And we're going to see a solo, once again, from Slemnish going out, or from Ascent onto Slemnish. The Ubers are going to get exchanged with the froyotech Uber going onto Eric. Slemnish going down in the back line, the only player to go down in that little exchange there. I think Ascent might still try to work their space. No, Skis is going to go down. Yomps in the back line, doing so much damage, gets 3 rockets onto Jay, and that is not good news for Ascent. There are 3 players down here.
Yeah, that was just a big last hold for the froyotech soldiers, as they had, I think, 4 kills between them. You saw Yomps pick up the first one onto Slemnish when they pushed in. He just ran straight past the combo and tried to wait in the back line. Not gonna fool froyotech. And then you saw Blaze come through and clean up a few more after.
Yeah, and it looks like froyotech managing to hang on to this for the last little bit of time in this round. It looks like we're sitting at like 5 seconds. Yep, there we are, the stalemate.
Ran out of time in the half.
It was very back and forth though. froyotech,
yeah, it was certainly an interesting game. Or an interesting half.
Yeah, froyotech was... I'm really impressed with Ascent for managing to hold froyotech on their last for the majority of that half.
Yeah, you know, the score kind of betrays how one-sided it actually was. You know, you saw Ascent pushing in for most of it. Are they already?
No, not yet, not yet.
Okay.
But we have froyotech going up 2-1 in the first half. That is going to be a bit of a confidence booster for them. However, I wouldn't put it behind Ascent to completely turn this around in the second half.
Yeah, that's true. You know, between these two teams, you can really see anything happening. You know, I've seen anything happening between these two teams. Sometimes one of them will be doing well, and then the other just rolls in the second half. None of these players are stupid. They both know what they need to do, and they all know what needs to change for the second half. So we'll see what they're able to come up with.
Yeah, definitely. And it looks like we have players readying up. I'm trying to see if I can find stats, you know, with this new ESEA update. I really want to be able to pull those up. They're on the match page. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull those up really quick in that case.
I think we might be going live again, which is good. I don't want to wait for these guys too long. We got TF2 to watch.
Yeah, but if anybody's wondering, of all people top fragging in the server, we have Habib sitting at 30.
Really?
Doing a ton of work for froyotech. Let's see what else he can do in this mid-fight.
It's great stuff. We have Ascent taking kind of a lower route on the right side, while froyotech is going to take the upper route, taking the high ground early. We saw this happen last round, but we see much more aggression coming out of the Ascent soldiers. They were able to pick off Mercy, which is pretty big, but damage seems to be going the way of Ascent, actually. Their Froyo's positioning is not very good, and we're seeing scouts, you know, taking people on and winning their fights.
Bot mode hit a really nice air sticky there onto, I believe it was, I think it was Yomps. Yeah, Yomps was bombing past that shed area, and bot mode managing to connect a nice sticky onto him. But Ascent has been playing their cards very, very right here. We had the last round, I believe Blaze was sitting in the choke point, and he got a delayed bomb and managed to pick up Skis off of it. But this time we saw a scout, I think it was Slemnish, sitting there. What is going on? We have
Yomps just hit a fantastic sink in the lower area to pick off Skis.
I was saying, am I missing something? Because I just saw Skis go down to an insane bomb from Yomps.
Yeah, and Yomps is pretty happy about it in chat. Yeah, they froyotech pushed out with a little more confidence than I think Ascent were ready for. A little more than they've had the rest of this match. As we continue to see them pushing out with confidence, Blaze may be catching out bot mode, and there he does. And yeah, you're probably going to see this round get turned around as Froyo is rolling through with a almost full Uber advantage.
I believe Ascent shortly tried to contest that second or that midpoint. Actually, I'm gonna stop right there because we have an Uber coming in from froyotech, picking up Jay and Slemnish, and froyotech is not done. They're gonna barrel into the main area, picking up skis as well. If Nursey stays alive here, then she's gonna have a very big Uber advantage. Bot mode going down. Also, there's this huge aggression coming out of froyotech, punishing these players on Ascent.
Yeah, and I warned about it before. This is kind of different than what we're seeing. They're willing to take these fights. They're not looking to back off, and it's really paying dividends for them so far.
Yeah, just as you're saying that, Banny running into that lower right area, which is kind of favorable for a soldier fight, but he's going to pressure Laz out of that area and just keep that flank clear. And we have froyotech now sitting with a big Uber advantage at 90% with Ascent. Ascent's medic skis not being up for long, only at 40. We're going to see a push coming out of froyotech very soon, I believe. Slemnish on the pyro, ready to deny that main area. And they're going to have to lead a scout here, and they are with Banny, picking up Slemnish immediately. The gun going down as well from Yite, and froyotech taking this upper area. This is very favorable for them if they play their cards right. Laz picking up Eric, however, two players are down on this side of Ascent. It looks like it's going in favor of froyotech as they take that round.
Yeah, the last time the double scout push didn't really work because this pyro is not right there at the doorway, but when the pyro is there, it gives them something to shoot at, gives them something to focus on, and then just going immediately 5v6 gives them that strong advantage leading into the rest of the fight.
Yeah, I don't believe it is too late for Ascent to turn this around, however,
no.
As this fight starts on mid.
Yeah, we're going to see some early aggression from Ascent onto the boxes as froyotech struggles to get up through this small house. Seeing a lot of damage coming out as they're trying to regroup and push back in. As we see Eric and we see Blaze coming in on the boxes, getting Slemnish. That's a good first pick as Skis goes down in the back, and that's a Froyo win.
froyotech is starting to find their footing here. They're really getting it together.
Yeah,
None of the players died
engine's
there.
Starting to turn over a
yeah,
bit.
they're figuring out Ascent slowly. Ascent really needs to soon get one of these last pushes correct and take a round off of them because froyotech is finding their footing here.
Yeah, they looked a little uncomfortable in the beginning, but we're seeing the machine start up, we're seeing it turn over, and we're seeing them starting to play the way that they're known for playing.
Yep, and with that froyotech full Uber advantage, it is Eric and Banny. They're trying to get some information before they push in. They see the pyro, so they're ready to take a scout in first, seeing if they can get some spam onto this gun first. However, Yomps is going to trade with Jay. That is pretty good for Ascent, but the Uber is still going to come out from Nursey. froyotech leading both of their scouts in instead of the demo man, and he's just going to try to lock out this spawn area. Eric dancing around on that point while Yite takes a fight against Eric in the back. Slemnish going down and Eric as well. However, the demo man is down on the side of froyotech. They have the player advantage. However, Jay just now spawning up, going to manage to get a pick onto Blaze. Can he? No, they're just trading rockets back and forth. Ascent is going to completely wipe. That's really unfortunate.
Yeah, things were kind of going so-so for Ascent, and then Jay spawned. And he walked out the door, and he had everyone in the world waiting to be killed. And he missed a bunch of rockets. And if he had hit all 4 of his rockets, that probably could have held the point for them. But he didn't. That happens in a shooter.
Yeah, you can't really... I wouldn't really expect that of him. He put up his best effort, but froyotech is going to come out on top of that round. And going into this next mid-fight, we have Yite underneath fighting Eric. However, Blaze and Yite are both going to go down. Ascent trying to get some aggression here. Habib is completely alone, getting spammed out of this choke point. Both the soldiers from Ascent sitting out next to this house just waiting for arrows. froyotech kind of playing on this slope. They're not going to give up second here, I believe.
Yeah, you saw Habib immediately take a lot of early damage. He went down to 20 health or something. Same with Yomps. They both had to back off and get healed up. And then when they came in, Ascent had already taken their... wow.
Laz! Ooh, Nursey cutting it very, very close there. Laz almost getting the pick onto her, but she's going to manage to live that out. And that's going to be 1 player down on the side of Ascent. That was very clean.
Yeah, as I was saying, Habib and Yams came back in, but it was a little too late as Ascent had already kind of taken the point. And then you saw Skis hit another great arrow onto Habib and push him back out. Just want to highlight that.
Yeah, shout out to Skis.
Shout out to Skis for having some great arrows.
Yeah, but we have Blaze kind of solo holding this flank from the scouts of Ascent, but it doesn't really matter because 3 players are going to go down on the side of Ascent. Habib walking through choke, leading the charge for his team, getting dropped by a pipe from Habib. That is crazy. He's making so much space. He's going huge. Bot mode, the only one left alive, playing a little sneaky around this lower area, seeing if he can get anything. Manages to get one pipe onto Yamps, and as the bombs coming out of Ascent. That was so clean from Laz getting the force. Jay trying to live after that, but it is not going to work. You know, but they have some silver lining with Nursey losing her Uber there.
Yeah, Yamps did a lot of work that fight, starting out with taking down both Ascent scouts. And then he was able to come in and he was able to pick off both Skis and Bot Mode on his way out. You know, they probably would have won the fight otherwise, but I just want to highlight, you know, he put in a lot of work there.
Yeah, I want to highlight Habib doing huge work for his team there. He walked through the choke. You know, the role of the demo man, usually you play behind a couple players, but he was fearless, just walking through, managing to get a drop onto Skis. Laz and Yamps trading in the lower area. I think that was just a flank fight between soldiers.
Yeah, I just want to highlight real quick that we're back at this last point situation. Even though Ubers are pretty equal, I wouldn't be surprised to see froyotech coming back in with this double scout Uber with the demo man walking in behind them. I'd like to see if Ascent has learned anything in the last 3 rounds.
Actually, what I see is Yamps sitting there holding that door open for Eric to spawn on Spy.
Oh my goodness.
We're gonna see some classic gimmicks coming out. Eric being kind of a little silly player this whole time, but I don't mind. Let's see what he can do on this Spy class. We're gonna be waiting for that.
Playing Spy is a genuine strategy, and there's nothing wrong with it.
I don't know if he's gonna have the opportunity. Slemnish is on Pyro, but I don't believe they expect it because I didn't see anybody check.
So
Maybe they
few
did.
off classes this game, other than the defense ones.
Eric is decloaking. No, no! He tried to get a couple pistols off onto bot mode because bot mode was really, really low, but bot mode got hit by the arrow first.
And then Habib went down on the right side when Froyo was trying to push in, and that just means that we're going to see things stall out for a little bit. Worth noting that Eric is still alive. He just did get noticed by Lads, but I think he's going to be able to get out safely.
froyotech is doing the strategy of just sacrificing both their soldiers for forces, and it's working for them. You know, Ascent completely losing their...
Banner coming out of J.
They're trying to push with this banner, but bot mode is going to go down. That is the demo man down on the side of Ascent, and froyotech still managed to hang on to that second. So if they keep their players alive here and get these players out of lobby, they'll be able to take this last, or at least take footing on it.
Yeah, it's worth noting that I think... Is Eric still floating around somewhere?
Yeah, he's still on Spy. He hasn't died yet.
Right there in the corner.
He's still just, you know, being patient. I think Ascent still knows about him though. He's just waiting though, biding his time. If he decloaked right now, he could have gotten bot
they're all
mode.
sacking for him.
They're looking. They want him. They have eyes on this last.
And they don't have stickies on last, do they? They do have Laz, but...
Oh, he's gonna get spotted here. He has to. No, he's gonna decide to live instead. That's smart from him.
We're gonna see if it's smart because, you know, they're kind of trying to push into mid. It's not a great position to be in to just have a spy.
Ooh, Banny on the sniper class. I didn't even see that. He's gonna get a pick onto Slemnish. An air pipe from bot mode is gonna connect with Yamps. He's gonna go down to clean up from Yites. 2 players are down on the side of Ascent and they're holding second. I don't think they're gonna be able to linger here any longer.
No. And where's Banny waiting right now?
They're
playing.
playing.
He's still alive.
Yeah, he's sitting pretty far back. I think they're waiting for Ubers to even out because Ascent is sitting there with full ad.
Oh, okay. He backed all the way off.
Yeah. But Ascent just they gotta wait now because of that pick on the Slemnish in bot mode. That is going to stunt their push. froyotech having so much time to build now, they're gonna be able to even this out. Ascent cannot push here because it is gonna be even by the time they get in.
Yeah, and Ascent probably thinks they still have a sniper, which is really limiting the angles that they can take and the doors that they can go through if they know that they have a good chance of Skis just getting body shot out of nowhere. So it looks like we're going to see Froyo actually take the initiative here, getting an early pick onto bot mode. Great plays out of Banny with his aggression, but now they're just kind of, grouping up in choke. Uber finally coming out of Nursey, and you're going to see things fade, and you're going to see Froyo come out on top.
Yeah, this is very bad news for Ascent here. The Uber coming out so much later from the Ascent side, or the froyotech side, but all the players on Ascent are going to go down except for Slemnish. Bot mode just now spawning. However, there is some solace in the fact that Nursey went down, and Eric might get caught here by Slemnish and bot mode. So much aggression, going to kill him. And froyotech, that went from a completely clean push by them to them hightailing it out of there.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect to see froyotech making those kinds of mistakes, but you saw Jay getting some early damage on the Nursey as the fight started to fade out. Pop mode going down to Habib. The alpha demo man has been noted.
I hear Console snoring on camera.
Yeah.
He's a sleepy boy.
Can I wake him up? Console!
Is he awake? I don't know. I don't know if he's awake, but we're gonna keep going.
Yeah.
We got froyotech walking into the lobby.
Alright.
Alright. We got froyotech walking into this lobby area. Ascent setting up for the hold here. It is a very big Uber advantage for
Froyo has
froyotech.
full Uber advantage. Yep. You know what that means. You know what's coming. I don't have to say it.
It's crits!
Whoa.
It was crits that I didn't even see!
Alright, well never mind. I didn't know what was coming.
I didn't even know what was... Yeah, I don't think either of us knew what was coming.
That would certainly explain how they had that big of a advantage.
It works out for them in the end, I guess.
Yeah, they did take the point.
They're going to take that last round. It's going to be all she wrote. froyotech coming out on top of that 5-1.
Alright, well, that was a heck of a game. What did you think of that, Aquila?
I believe what set them apart that whole game was just their conversions. froyotech caught Ascent on so many little mistakes, and while Ascent was able to play really, really well and keep froyotech on the defensive the entire time, they were just never able to convert.
Yep, I agree. froyotech has been doing these holds and these pushes for a long time, and they showed their expertise in them, especially with those double scout Ubers. They were pretty dominant.
Yeah, definitely. Both the soldiers on the side of Ascent, I gotta give them credit though. They're pulling off these huge salvage plays. I saw a couple double bombs coming in from Jay and Laz, putting out so much damage. For most of the time, I'd considered like all the DM fights pretty even, but froyotech just won that off of positioning and just their ability to capitalize on Ascent's poorer positioning.
I don't want to interrupt you, Aquila, but I'm wondering if these stats that I'm looking at are correct, wherein Habib has 43 kills and 640 DPM.
I think they're doubled. I believe I heard somebody say something about them being doubled because I don't...
Alright,
there's no way.
I wasn't entirely sure. I'm going to go ahead and assume that they're doubled. Still, 316 DPM on a match that went kind of slow is still a very respectable number to put up, especially with those 43 kills.
Yeah, Habib kind of putting it on his back that entire game, doing so much work for his team, but Jay and Laz managing to keep up with him. The soldiers on Ascent were just doing fantastic, but it's also Slemnish and Yites putting a ton of work. Overall, I think every player stood out in their own little way. Everybody's special.
Yeah, we're all winners in the final match. All right, is there anything else that needs to be said, Aquila? I think Console's ready for us to wrap this up.
Yeah, I think he's pretty sleepy.
Time.
Yeah, he wants some sleepy time, he says.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Well, everybody, say goodnight to Console in chat.
Yeah, you don't gotta do that. But we're gonna wrap up here. I've been Aquila. This is BILLDOZER with me. Any shout outs you want to give?
Oh my gosh, where do I start? I'd like to shout out to no, I don't actually have anyone.
I'd like to shout out BILLDOZER's drinking channel where he makes TF2 drinks. That's fantastic. That's some good content.
Oh,
check that out.
You don't have to do that.
You should drop a plug really quick.
I don't want to drop a plug, man. This is an official stream.
Just look it up.
I want to give a shout out to Getaway, who is truly my inspiration. for my casting style and persona and everything that I do. I do it for you, man.
Shoutouts to my bed.
Yeah.
Shoutouts to Console's Bed. Shout out to my dad, Zachary.
Yep. And with all the shoutouts, I believe that will wrap us up for the night. You can catch us on twitch.tv/teamfortress.tv in the future, or if you're new to competitive TF2, you can swing over to teamfortress.tv, exactly spelled like that. I've been Aquila, this is Console on camera, and BILLDOZER joining me on casting. Have a great night, guys.
Thank you for joining us, y'all.